Welcome, one and all, to a brand new, what was that called again? My name's Thomas.
I'm Will.
And this is a movie podcast where each week I select 3 movies and I read their IMDb plot descriptions to Will, who then has to match the plot descriptions to the correct titles.
That's right.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Everybody is tuning in on Fridays to our pre-show. Some say it is better. Others say it's worse. So you'll have to listen to it and find out on your own what you think. You can follow us on Instagram, WWTCAPod. You can email us, www.tcapod@protonmail.com. Send us a voice memo. We will play it on the air with or without your permission. We have not received any, but we think if we ask long enough, maybe one day we will receive one.
We've received one email at least, not one
email. Yeah, no voice yet.
Yeah,
but that is the dream. I think once we receive one of those, we'll quit.
The dream, yes, that's the dream.
So maybe that's incentive for somebody to do it, just to put an end to this.
Fulfill Thomas's dream of needing this podcast to become a voicemail podcast.
That will be where life peaks. Make of that what you will. Let's see. Anything else we need to catch up on? At the time of recording, it's October 18th, 1 a.m.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Did want to say that the film One Battle After Another, really good.
Oh,
really
you
good.
watched
Recommended.
that? Right?
Recommended. I saw it in theater opening night. By the time everybody's hearing this, it's probably like on Blu-ray already.
It's already been on Blu-ray and then taken out of circulation.
We're already at the point where people are like reassessing whether it's good or not, and
one battle after another again.
After again,
another battle again after the previous battle that was before.
Another confusing film from Paul Thomas Anderson.
This was 4 hours long.
Yes, it was long, but that is to say, it was also very, very good. Actually, one comment about that really quick, not to get off on a one battle after another tangent real quick. I did want to say that it is like, I think there are some people who really seem to think that 90s PTA was the best, and then like Punch Drunk Love onward is like a lesser to what his early movies were.
Mm-hmm.
Hard Eight, Magnolia, and Boogie Nights. This one was like a unique hybrid from my perspective. It was like a perfect blend of like 90s PTA with like current post-millennium Paul Thomas Anderson. It was so good. It was so interesting. Everybody check it out if you haven't seen it. Leo DiCaprio, some say he can act.
I heard he's good.
That is what some people are saying. Benicio del Toro, some people say he might have a future. Pretty good actor.
One day.
Nevertheless, this is not a One Battle After Another podcast. This is a movie podcast where Will doesn't remember titles whatsoever.
That's right.
And but before we get into that, Will, we're going to go into a drink check.
Ooh.
What do you?
I'll let you go first
on?
This week. No, I've gone first 2 weeks in a row now.
Okay.
You lead the way.
I had a last minute decision. I didn't know what to make.
It is
what to have.
1:17 in the morning, by the way.
Yes. So I made myself a bit of coffee, but not just coffee, right?
Oh.
I made me some dark brew coffee, and I put in, I would say, a splash of Bailey's Irish Cream, but the chocolate version.
Oh, ooh.
Did you know that there was a chocolate version?
No, I did not.
So this
chocolate cream.
I have like 2 bottles of this stuff from a year ago, and I'm sipping on it. It's really good.
Making it last.
It is. I actually like it. I do. I really like Bailey's Irish Cream, but I actually like the chocolate version more. If you can find it.
I'll try that out. How much have you had of the first bottle? I assume you haven't opened the second bottle.
I haven't opened the second bottle. So I have had 1 or 2 bottles before, and then I ended up buying. I ended up buying like multiple bottles, like way too much, and I kind of burnt myself out on it. So actually, what I'm drinking right now is from a bottle that I opened about a year ago. I think it was last year that I got this bottle, and because it's alcohol, it holds up. It doesn't really go bad. It's very.
It doesn't oxidize like the chocolate any, as far as making it more bitter.
Huh. Nope, doesn't seem to. It tastes great. I was kind of skeptical. I read online about whether you need to put that stuff in the fridge or not, and they're like, "Nah, the alcohol pretty much keeps it good."
Yeah.
So yeah, very good. I recommend Bailey's chocolate and coffee. Very, very good stuff.
I actually have a bottle of I always forget the name because that's what I do here. But it's called Bluegrass Sundown, I do believe.
Bluegrass
Sundown. Get on the porch and watch it go. Bluegrass Sundown. Sundown. It is a very thick.
With 2 C's?
Yes, 2 C's, exactly. CCTHICK. Thick. But it's a very thick alcoholic syrup, I guess would be the best way to put it. Made from rum, I do believe, that has been aged in bourbon barrels with coffee, and it has very strong notes of chocolate. But what you do is you dilute it 1-to-1 with hot water, and then you top it off with some half and half cream, and oh my goodness, does it make an amazing dessert drink. And I've had the bottle for like 4 years now. And I haven't had anything from it in a couple years because I've been worried about what's going to happen when I open it, because the sugar content is actually quite high in it. And but I haven't kept it refrigerated because of how thick it is. Because if I ever wanted it in the in term of me having it here, refrigerating it would have made it impossible to pour. So I've just kept it out of the refrigerator. So I should test this theory that the internet has told you of. It's fine because it has alcohol, and crack it open maybe for next week and see what it's like. But it's definitely a sipping drink, like a dessert drink. But it's very good. But I'm not drinking that now though.
Or or save it until I'm down there, and then because I would love to try some of that.
Are you implying that you're going to be down here soon?
I'm going to be. I could be.
Oh, is it a threat?
I could be there. You don't know. Anytime I want. I can be there anytime I want.
But by the time this show is aired, Thomas could have been here.
Could have.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's plenty of it. It's a bigger bottle. I couldn't drink it all myself.
You've had it for like 4 years, so
yeah. There's no way I could drink it all myself. I mean, it's very rich, and also I think I want to say like. It's fairly alcoholic as well.
Are we gonna do an in-person recording ever? You think? You think that'll be something that ever happens?
Allowed by law.
Are we going to? I can bring my laptop and we can record in person separately.
Yeah, you just sit in the other room. That would be better, I think. I mean, you would just force me to clean my desk off if you wanted to do it in person, which is not a bad thing to force me to do. But yeah, sure, why not? We'll try it. It might be off the rails.
Well, tell me what's on the rails in your glass.
My glass, what was that called again? Sponsored tumbler, glass tumbler.
Sponsored.
Is I put in a new cartridge for my Soda Stream. So this is some fresh CO2 in some, I think it's Country Time. Or no. I can't remember the brand. But it's fruit punch with actual fruit juice. And I carbonated some actual fruit punch, and then I put in a shot and a half maybe of white rum, and I tahined the rim. So this is actually my second one. I had a pre-show version of this. It's actually very good. I like sparkling fruit juices, and this is good. It's simple though. It's not I mean, it's slightly more flavorful than my regular like lemonade and rum or lemonade and vodka. Yeah.
Would you name this beverage Simple Jack?
Nah.
What would you name it?
Slightly Complex James.
Oh gosh. Sounds very delicious.
It actually is. It's more like just a Kool-Aid. That's what it really tastes like.
With the Will trademarked Tahine rim.
Tahine rim.
As is required on any drink.
Write in if you would like to have shirts that say, I tahine my rim.
Yeah, with like Will giving a thumbs up.
And it's a white shirt with me in the middle, 2 thumbs up, and then there's like a ring of like kind of darkly brown, spice or whatever around the,
Or we can have like you with the 2 thumbs up and you're floating within a glass. Oh. With like the tahine rim.
I tahine my rim.
Yeah, I think that's... We've got ideas, I think. We can
That's official. That'll start
making money
on
off
sale
this
Christmas.
This Christmas, keep an eye out, everybody.
Perfect gifts.
Well, I got a gift for you, Will.
Ooh.
I got 3 movies.
Hell yeah.
Of which we're going to see if you can match the titles up with
Probably not.
Descriptions.
But I'll give it a go. It's late. I'm not feeling very confident. So
no bold declarations this week?
not at 1:30. No.
Okay.
Give it to me. I'm ready.
Yeah, we are going to be, as is tradition, going in chronological order of release. And we're going to be kicking off your journey this week, Will, in the year 1927.
Ooh. Bringing it back. I just gleeked all over my keyboard, by the way.
That's fine.
The tahine has made my mouth just flush with
We got
liquid.
a new t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's what it says on the back.
It's the back side, yeah.
Tahine made my mouth flush.
Flush. So 1927, that's taking it way back.
Yeah, one might say old school.
Old school, almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm actually very familiar with 1926, but not 1927. So we'll see. Give me the synopsis.
We'll see if your knowledge of 1926 helps you out on this one.
Yeah, I'm curious what a synopsis from 1927. I know we had there's an episode last season that we had that was, I think, like a Christmas story or something like a Christmas movie that was.
We had a few Christmas ones.
Yeah, that was older, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is this one though?
This one, again from the year 1927, and your IMDb description for this one reads as follows. A landlady suspects that her new lodger is the madman killing women in London.
Ooh. This sounds fun. An early, take on Jack the Ripper, maybe? Okay, so 1927, a landlady suspect, you say her tenant? Her new tenant?
Her new lodger.
Her new lodger is a madman killing women in London.
Yep.
Interesting, I like it. Is this just the lodger? I wonder. Okay.
There's no way to know for sure.
There isn't, unless you fast forward. Yeah, I like this. I like the idea. 1927 early. You didn't say, but this could still be silent era, maybe depending on who made this and what their priorities were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. The fact that I was trying to think as I'm stalling here with words, if there's any modern film that does this, where I'm sure there is, where someone owns a rental and someone comes in and there's suspect that the person renting the accommodations is the killer. I know we had one time had talked about doing a Airbnb or whatever type film along those lines, but I don't know if it was quite like this.
And then shortly thereafter, Dave Franco and Joe Swanberg stole our idea and made The Rental.
And I didn't remember that at all. You're right. Yeah.
I saw it. I really like it, actually. And Dan Stevens is in it, and Alison Brie's in it, and it is really good, and it is very similar to what our idea was.
Well, and then there was also the one with by the same guy who made Weapons.
Yeah.
His film.
Zach Krager,
Barbarian. Wasn't that the one where at first you think that the lodger in that Airbnb, who's played by Skarsgård, right?
Yep.
You think he's going to be the killer?
Yeah, because it's really strange, and it's weird that he's just like, yeah, come on in, you can stay. I know there was a mix-up.
He just made It, not long before that.
Yeah.
So kind of associates his weird face with a weird, beautiful face. I don't mean to be...
Yeah. Well, women are into him, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Generally.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying it's a unique
No.
face. Unique is better than weird. Okay, fine. He's sexy. Okay, yeah. So barbarian. So yeah, there's several that use this kind of premise of an unknown lodger. In fact, I think the lodger is that premise. But anyway, 1927. I can't promise that I know anything more about it other than what you've told me. So next film, please.
Okay. Your second film this week is going to be from the year 1932.
Okay, 32.
Still keeping it old school.
Yeah, and we're kind of on the midpoint of the Great Depression, I do believe. And I'm curious.
For America.
I'm curious what Hollywood's pumping out at this point in time.
Well, we'll see. According to the IMDb plot description, this is what you got. A landlady suspects that her new lodger is the madman killing women in London.
Fuck off. Play it back. I wonder if this can be the lodger. We'll see. Unless you fast forward, we'll never know. Okay, this sounds familiar. I'll tell you that much. Sounds real familiar.
Does it?
It does. It sounds real familiar. So let me get this right. Let me try to remember this one. 1932. A landlady suspects her lodger, new lodger, might be a madman killing women in London.
Correct.
Okay. I can't say that I've heard this, but it's real hilarious that I just did a whole 10 minutes on. I wonder if other films have used the same premise.
One might say verbatim.
At least one has, yes.
Yeah.
Again, 1932. I don't know. I mean, I could see this being in the exact. I mean, it's really gonna fuck me if you give me the same title twice. I guess that actually make it easy.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the title's different enough that I'm going to have to put it to the appropriate film, right?
Maybe.
But yeah, I could just see this being a rehash of the first one simply because, it was cheaper to do that than hire writers and hire, original ideas. And that's been the status for a century.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't know other than having just heard this 7 minutes ago, and then talking about other films. You said The Rental.
The Rental.
Barbarian.
Yeah, sexy face.
I'm sure there's one. The Lodger might be. I can't remember what The Lodger's about though. Now, now I'm thinking it's like a guy who rented a place and then he got attacked. Anyway, I could be wrong on that too. Probably am. It's 1:45. It's 1:30. Okay, so final same film, please.
Okay. Your final film this week is going to be from the year 1953.
Okay, so about every... Well, no, the first one was 10 years. No, not even 10 years.
5.
The first one was, 5 years. Wow. Okay, so it's taken us almost 20 years, a little over 20 years now to do what film?
Yep, 1953, your synopsis as written on IMDb reads as follows. After an enigmatic, self-described pathologist rents the attic room of a Victorian house, his landlady begins to suspect her lodger is Jack the Ripper.
No, really? So I like that by this time in cinema history, we've used more words.
Yeah, we know what portion of the home he is staying in.
Our vocabulary has expanded, and we're using more descriptions in the synopsis. Okay, 53. Read this one again, because it was a little different in the beginning.
After an enigmatic, self-described pathologist rents the attic room of a Victorian house, his landlady begins to suspect her lodger is Jack the Ripper.
So the key here is that he's self-described psychologist.
Pathologist.
Pathologist. Self-described pathology student of pathology. And he moves in after he moves into the attic of a Victorian house. So now we know the architectural design of the house, and we know this guy's occupation, or at least self-titled occupation. The landlady suspects him of being Jack the Ripper, specifically Jack the Ripper, not just someone killing women in London, but now we're actually going to put a name to Jack the Ripper. Okay. Again, I don't know. I like that it's based...
One might say sensationalize.
A little bit. These clearly seem like the same film. Just redone. This one seems like it might be, it's got a little bit more to it, a little bit more character development. But we don't know if the first two films don't have a pathologist and it's not a Victorian house and he's lodging in an attic. But the synopsis didn't tell us that.
Yep.
It could very well be all the same. Yeah. So again, doesn't sound familiar. 53. I don't think I've seen this. And the reason I say that is there's a chance that I actually have seen like the 32 one or the 27 one. Mm-hmm. Just because I spoke of this before. I've taken a film history class and I've also taken a horror film history class.
You also took many naps.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I didn't say I was awake in those classes. Yeah. I took those classes. So
you could have been in the room while one of these was playing.
One of these I was conscious, questionable, but I was at least physically there. If one of these was shown.
Like glanced up and saw something and then be like,
check my the watch just to see how much longer I had until I had to be awake. So there's a chance, but I can't promise that because I don't really know. None of these, as far as the synopsis, really stick out as far as, a visual memory. So I hope the titles, the hard part about this is that the titles are all going to be similar. And it's really just going to be figuring out like which decade sounds like the title. That's all I really have to go off of. So title me, please. Alrighty.
Your first title you're going to get this week is going to be The Lodger.
Fucking shit, damn it. Okay, the reason I brought that up is because I think I have seen The Lodger. But the question is do I remember what decade I've seen in the film The Lodger? Yeah. And I feel like that's 53. I don't know why I feel like that's a more contemporary film than the other two. I don't know if maybe this is a more well-known, and therefore like the cast might be more well-known. But then maybe it's also like one of those silent films that's like just famous. Ah, damn it. This is where Will starts to battle himself. Okay, The Lodger. I said that from the very beginning that sounded like The Lodger. And for all you who fast-forwarded to this moment, welcome back. Okay, second title, please.
Okay, your second title to go off of this week is going to be Man in the Attic.
Ooh, I have heard of that too. I think Man in the Attic. That's either that or it's close to one of my titles. So maybe that's what actually rang a bell. Man in the Attic. Okay, well, we know that one of these films specifically states that he stayed in an attic of the Victorian house. He lodged there. Man in the Attic. That doesn't sound familiar. I can only right now place this with the 53 film because we know that there's an attic involved from the synopsis. But again, we don't know that there's not an attic involved in the other two films.
So if you're keeping track at home, ladies and gentlemen, Will has associated both of these with the 1953 film so far.
That's right. Well, because the other two are identical, other than years, so I have nothing to go off of. So, so they're all three going to be 1953, probably.
Yeah.
All right, last title, please, just to get this over with.
Your third and final title this week will be The Phantom Fiend.
Ooh, The Phantom Fiend. Now that sounds like a 1927 title to me. The Phantom Fiend. I could talk myself. 27 and 32 are not that far apart.
That's true. That's 5 years.
And, I'm just trying to think like, how would you get The Phantom Fiend? So I feel this is where my logic's going with this, is that The Phantom Fiend, in my logic, in my reality, was assigned to an exact remake of a film 5 years earlier in a way to differentiate it from its duplicate.
Mm.
Or the one that it duplicated.
Yeah.
And it sounds more intense, even if the film is one that possibly a lot of people have seen, because it was just a short time before. So I'm gonna The Phantom Fiend. I don't. I mean, that could be a '50s title too. Just because that also feels kind of 50s-ish. There was a lot of
Fiends.
Yeah, well, and just like there was a lot of like heightening of titles
A lot of fiendish behavior
for films that maybe aren't that great, you know. Like a lot of B horror films and B sci-fi films of that era had titles that made them sound amazing, but then they, maybe weren't quite as good as they came off to be. Maybe at the time they were, but they didn't hold up, right? So Phantom Fiend, I could see also being that, but I'm kind of ruling out Phantom Fiend for 1927.
Interesting tactic. We'll see if it pays off.
We'll see if it pays off. I still have The Lodger, which I know I've seen that in class, I do believe. And yeah, and I feel like The Lodger, I feel like if I have seen that in the horror history class, the horror history class did not cover silent era films. I don't think it covered anything before 1950, actually. So if I did see that in horror history class, then it would have to be the 53 film. And I also feel like it's a more contemporary sounding title, even though I just also said that a lot of titles in the 50s had that certain like extra punch up, and The Lodger sounds like it's lacking any kind of punch up. But then that leaves, what was the third title again? Not The Phantom Fiend and not The Lodger, but...
the other one was Man in the Attic.
Oh, that's right. The clear, this is what's happening and where. Man in the Attic. I don't feel like that's a 1927 film. So, I'm gonna... Man in the Attic. Would they have been that on the nose with the title in 1927? Damn. This is tough because they're all the same movie, and I don't really know. I know I have seen at least parts of The Lodger, but that was a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure I slept through most of that class. So I might have not even seen any of it. I just remember him the professor mentioning that name. But I also know that movie from it's a known title. It has some there's like a pedigree to it. There's
we just don't know what.
Right, and I can't picture where this title would be from. So I'm gonna say I get one chance here. I'm going to say that Man in the Attic is the 1927 film about a landlady who thinks her new lodger, her new tenant, is a madman murdering women in London. 1927, Man in the Attic.
Okay.
Even though that goes against everything I said just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
So then that means that 1932 film about a landlady whose new lodger she thinks is a madman killing women in London. I'm going to call this Phantom Fiend.
Okay.
And I'm only basing that off of the logic of, I think The Lodger's later on, and I think the title in the 30s is trying to differentiate from the title in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves the enigmatic self-proclaimed pathologist who rents a attic space in a Victorian house, and then something after he does that, something happens, or after something. There's an after part of this that I'm forgetting, but anyway, the landlady thinks that he is Jack the Ripper.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm calling this one The Lodger from 1953.
Okay.
Locked in.
Okay, everybody. Let's see if Will's 15-year-ago half-awake memory of film history class will serve him well in this one. From 1927, we have a motion picture from a small-time director named Alfred Hitchcock.
God damn it. See, that's why I know this title. Fucking shit. God, fuck.
It is written by Elliot Stannard, based on the novel The Lodger, which was also adapted into a play by the title Who Is He? By Marie Belloc-Lowndes.
Wait, pause for a second. Who is he? Isn't that like the lyrics to a song?
I'm sure there's some songs that say that.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I'm paused.
This movie currently sits on IMDb with a 7.3 out of 10.
Yep.
Based on 14,587 ratings. This was Hitchcock's second feature film as director and the first to feature the iconic Hitchcock cameo.
Ooh.
It was his first commercial hit. The first movie of his, which he was proud of. Arthur Chesney's elder brother Edmund Gwenn succeeded him in the role of Mr. Bunting in the CBS radio adaptation of The Lodger on July 22nd, 1940, which likewise was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. That episode served as the pilot episode of the long-running radio series Suspense, which began 2 years later. Suspense was an excellent radio program. I actually used to listen to some of that to fall asleep to.
Really?
I love it. It has a...
Where do you find that?
On YouTube. You can find, I think, every episode of Suspense on YouTube in like a big playlist. It has a theme song. If I recall correctly, the theme song was actually composed by Bernard Herrmann. It is excellent. It's just like these church bells. Ding, ding.
That's awesome.
It's so good. Really creepy. At the time of recording, this film is streaming on HBO, or you can watch it in its entirety on YouTube, which is where I watched it recently.
Nice.
And the title of the film is The Lodger.
The Lodger. Of course, Hitchcock. Yeah. I should have... I feel like an idiot. And I'm sure we did watch that in film history class, not horror film history class.
Yeah.
I think I might even own that, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because I have...
like one of your... like collections?
Yeah, I have like a 50 disc thing or whatever, and I think The Lodger's actually on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Quite good. I struggle... I don't know if we talked about it on the show or not, but I struggle with silent films quite a bit. The Lodger, I thought, was actually quite good. So that one and Nosferatu both hold up, I think. The original Nosferatu, both really good silent films.
I'm just as a tangent, I also kind of like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
I've still never watched it.
It's not for everyone, clearly. And not just because it's silent, but I like it.
I've always wanted to watch Metropolis, but I've been intimidated by
that's
the
another
3
one.
hour.
That's another one that I really like too. And then I was just thinking before you said Metropolis, there's a couple of Buster Keaton films I like.
Oh yeah,
City Lights is good. Yeah,
all ones that I've never watched in full, but I'm just like, you've seen the clips and whatnot.
But I mean, I'm not saying that like it's. Yeah, I'm not saying like you're going to like it if you don't like silent films. It is a struggle sometimes. So
moving on to 1932 here, we have a film from director Maurice Elvey, written by Miles Mander, Paul Rotha, and H. Fowler Meir, based on the novel The Lodger by Marie Belloc-Lowndes.
Never heard of it.
This film, at the time of recording, is currently sitting on IMDb with a 5.5 out of 10, based on 394 ratings. This was a talkie remake of Hitchcock's film. Hitchcock was approached to direct it, and he declined. The actor Ivor Novello, who played the titular role in The Lodger, reprises his role in this film.
Oh, wow. Really?
As the killer again. Yes. Oh, by the way, the killer in these films is not called Jack the Ripper. He was actually called the Avenger. So in at the
Okay.
Lodger, they have there's like a calling card type of situation. They always refer to the killer as the Avenger, and there's this like triangle, and it says
Oh,
the
wow.
Avenger in between it.
That's
It's
a
like
weird
the
thing.
symbol.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, at the time it might not have been, but now that's associated with the more heroic stance.
Right. Yeah. So that was really fun, I thought. So this film currently is available in full on YouTube as
Mhm.
well. And the title of this film is The Phantom Fiend.
Okay, I got that right. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then moving
got
on
one.
to the final film from 1953.
And my logic was on point. I wanted to point out, even though I was an
at one
absolute
time.
idiot about missing a Hitchcock film.
Your final film, of course, that leaves Man in the Attic for
Man
1953.
in the Attic. It's a Michael
This is
Jackson
from director Hugo Friganese.
Friganese.
This is written by a Robert Presnell Jr. and not Barry Lyndon, but Beret Lyndon.
Beret.
Yes. This is based on the novel The Lodger by Marie Belloc Lowndes.
I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's inspired a couple other things.
I
This,
still fucking love me. The first thing out of my mouth of this episode was, I wonder if there's other films.
yeah.
Literally,
Yes.
like one book made 3
Multiple.
movies.
More than that, I think there's another.
Oh,
there's
probably.
There's
Yeah.
a 40s film called The Lodger that was a remake as well. So yeah, this film currently sits on IMDb with a 6.1 out of 10 from
Okay.
2,223 ratings. So the 6th and last victim of the Ripper in the film is Irish immigrant Mary Lenehan, who was killed in her one-room flat. Her dying screams alert nearby constables who narrowly miss catching the serial killer. In reality, the last of the Ripper's 5, not 6, canonical victims was Irish immigrant Mary Kelly,
Mhm.
killed and dismembered in her one-room flat, the only one of the victims killed indoors. Kelly's screams, if any, went unheard, and the Ripper mutilated her in the leisure throughout the night. The ghastly sight was not discovered until the morning when a rent collector saw the ghastly scene through her window at 10:45 a.m. And then the failure of the original copyright holder to renew the film's copyright resulted in it falling into public domain. Therefore, many of the versions of this film available on the market are either severely and usually badly edited and or extremely poor quality, having been duplicated from second or third or more generations.
Wow.
This film is currently available almost anywhere you watch movies. It
Sounds
is
like
in
it.
full on YouTube. It's available on Amazon Prime. It's on MGM Plus. It's on Plex, and it's on Tubi at the time of recording.
Okay.
And so those are our 3 films. I do have some tag me.
Tag me. Tag me.
Starting off with the 1920 film The Lodger.
The
from,
Lodger. 1927.
Hitch. We have Angry Mob.
Mm.
We have Fashion Model, False Accusation, Brother-Sister Relationship, and we have Chased by an Angry Mob.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Simple, but at least
Yeah,
all makes sense. Not nothing
Pretty
out of the ordinary there.
self-explanatory, really. The Phantom Fiend. We have Telephone Operator.
It's a talkie.
Love Triangle.
Ooh.
We have Psychopath. We have Listening at a Door. And we have Male Police Officer.
Okay.
It's a tag. So really descriptive on the Phantom Fiend IMDb page. And then last but not least, we're going to have Man in the Attic. We have Suicide by Drowning.
Oh,
That is a choice.
that's it. But how? I ask. I guess I gotta watch the movie.
Yeah, I guess. there's only one way
Suicide
to
by
find out.
drowning.
There's
That takes some effort.
127 titles on IMDb with that tag.
I remember watching a movie as a kid, and I clearly remember the name, or even what the movie's about. And I'm sure I might describe this scene, and you might know it, or a listener might. But there was a scene where a guy just walks into the ocean with like weights on his like diving weights on his body
Mm-hmm.
to kill himself. Do you remember this?
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
That's all I got. Sounds familiar. It does. The movie Coming Home with American hero John Voight, Jane Fonda, and Bruce Dern.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent motion picture. Spoiler alert: Bruce Dern. One of the final shots in that movie is Bruce Dern walking into the ocean.
I can't say that this is that movie that I'm thinking
It's
of.
not.
But...
He doesn't have like weights or anything like that. He actually takes his clothes off and then just walks into the ocean.
Yeah, this person has like a wetsuit and weights on them, and they just walk into the ocean. And I think it is at the end. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we have that tag. We have ambiguous ending.
Ooh, we don't.
We have turning a picture to the wall. That is a tag. Turning a picture to the wall. There are two films with that tag. The other one, aside from this film, the other movie with that tag is the 1944 version of The Lodger.
So
they reprised that moment.
It's a callback. So do they mean like there's a framed photograph on the wall and they turn it around? Is that what they're saying?
I assume so. That's kind of what I thought, yeah.
Or a painting, I guess, maybe.
We have another tag, reference to Robert Browning. That is a tag. There are 12 titles with that.
Okay.
We have University Hospital, Victorian England. Let's end up on changing clothes behind a screen.
Okay.
There you go. Gives you a good feeling of what to expect in these films. I do have a quote this week.
Quote time.
That's our new drop, everybody. If you heard what sounded like a malfunctioning computer system, that was all Will.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you gave me that much confidence in what I was sounding like to say it was anything other than me being ridiculous.
It's very good. No, it was very good. I think people thought it was like an actual drop until I said that.
Okay.
So I do have a quote. This is where I go to the quote section and I pull a quote from one of these films, and then Will gives me direction to deliver the lines in whatever character he chooses, and then he tries to guess what film the quote came from.
Mm-hmm.
This is one line by one character.
Okay, and by law, if it's a silent film, you have to hold up a title card. Okay. So, I will say that you are a male police officer.
Okay.
No other description at all.
Male police officer.
Male police officer. You're a Bobby.
All right. And your quote is as follows. Tall he was, and his face all wrapped up.
Bravo on the male police officer.
Thank you.
I liked it. I don't believe a male police officer is this character, though, because it sounds like this is something that would be described to a police officer.
To repeat in regular voice, it is tall he was, hyphen, and his face all wrapped up.
And his face all wrapped up. Tall he was, and his face all wrapped up.
Tall he was, and his face all wrapped up.
So, yeah, I have to guess which one of these movies that has the same basic plot from the same book.
But which one would give this kind of a description?
Tall he was, with his face all wrapped up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fucking know, man, because it could be any of them.
No, okay, so the real question then, to kind of dwindle it down.
Okay.
Does this sound like a description for Jack the Ripper specifically, or does it sound like a description for the Avenger?
Avenger. Well, actually, what I'm actually trying to do first is because it still could just be a quote that's on a title card.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think if this would, since this is the whole line, if this would be on a title card, because it is descriptive to the point, and it doesn't take up much space.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like in a 53 film where talkies have been around for a bit longer, it might be more verbose. It might have more to it than just this.
This was a terrible sight. His face was all wrapped up. Tall. He was tall.
Yeah, or something, right? Yeah. 32,
just awful.
32, I could see again shorter dialogue, just because it was a new thing, and they could also just be exactly taking the air quote script from the 27 lodger, and just speaking it out loud. So that's where I'm kind of torn, as I feel like it's one of the first two films. Tall he was, with his face all wrapped up.
And his face all wrapped
And his face, hyphen. You said hyphen specifically, right?
Yeah, tall he was, dash, and his face all wrapped up.
I'm going to say because of the dash, this is a title card from 1927.
Okay. And this is a line delivered by female eyewitness. These are the first lines in the film, The Lodger.
Hell yeah. The only reason I said, because the hyphen to me gave it away. And I don't think someone who's copying this, from listening to it or whatever, or however this information is submitted to IMDb, would have added the hyphen. I feel like they would have put a comma or put a some kind of ellipse or period there maybe, but not a hyphen. The hyphen felt like 1927. That's what was what I'm saying. The first line you're saying.
Yep, first line.
Wow, the opening line. Get the description out right away. That's cool.
Yeah, the movie opens with the body, like a woman being found. I
was so upset about me forgetting about Alfred Hitchcock that I wasn't quite paying attention. Did you mention the run times for these?
I did not.
I was just curious between the first two specifically, what if the talkie was longer.
I think it is a little bit. So the Phantom Fiend. Oh no, the Phantom Fiend clocks in at 1 hour 7 minutes, and the Lodger is actually an hour and a half.
Oh wow! I guess it takes longer to have those cards up.
25 minutes shorter, almost.
Yeah, you can get to it. You can get the information across faster. Yeah, you can keep the action going instead of having to pause all the time for information.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So they finished shooting, and they were like, "Well, shit, we barely have a film. I guess those title cards really pay off."
Yeah, right.
Can't release this bloody 1 hour 7 minutes in theater.
No, the distributor is actually thinking the opposite of that. The distributor's thinking, "Oh, I can show more movies in one day."
Yeah, exactly.
There's more showings now because the film's shorter. Yeah. Cool. The quote. I like the quote. What I'm mostly curious about, though, clearly having not seen enough of The Lodger to remember it other than by name, and then the other two not at all, and then never having read the novel The Lodger.
Yeah. I'm
curious what it is, and we can debate if it's the same for all three of these films. That's after the question. But I'm curious, what is it that tips off the landlady that makes her think that the Lodger is this madman, the Avenger Jack the Ripper?
Sorry for a really quick sidebar after you just pose a question. I did forget to mention that the author of the book, she did, from what I read, she based it on an actual thing. Yes, there was an actual murderer called Jack the Ripper. Did you know this? Have you heard about this?
Was it in London too?
She supposedly, she actually was inspired to do the story based on. So after the Jack the Ripper murder, she actually did supposedly overhear somebody talking about how somebody knew a person who claimed that they had a lodger who they suspected to be Jack the Ripper.
Oh.
And that was what inspired her to write the novel and whatnot.
I see.
But so your question was, what is it that this lodger, or what is it that makes the homeowner or whatever landlady suspicious of the Lodger?
Yeah, and I guess the first question is are we going to say it's the same for all three films?
Well,
at least the first.
I'm going to say the answer to that will have to be no, because I have seen The Lodger and I just watched it recently, so I know the answer to that. Oh, and that is that he, for one, he keeps mysteriously vanishing, and then he also keeps stating that he has things to do on the night that the murders are happening.
Okay,
essentially.
So it's easy to piece together that he's not here and people keep dying.
Yeah, but there's also still the question being posed because he's also fairly polite and everything like that. And so the landlady is still kind of not sure. She just kind of suspects. She's like, he says that he has something to do on Tuesday night, and then like these murders always happen on Tuesdays, shit like that. And so like he ends up taking her daughter out because they're kind of like flirty, and he ends up taking her out on this Tuesday night, and all these murders have happened on Tuesdays, and she gets like really afraid that he's about to murder her. And yeah, so he kind of brings it upon himself.
Yeah, clearly he's sloppy.
So if he's even the murderer, I think
it is ambiguous.
So let's say that in the Phantom Fiend, it's different. So it'll have to be different for that one and the Man in the Attic. So like, do you think it's something like, so he does keep coming in late, like she gets disturbed at like, she hears him coming home and she like checks the clock and it's like
Wednesday.
Yeah, 3-4 in the morning or whatever, and she's like, what the bloody hell is he doing home this late? And then like the next day the news breaks that there was like another murder.
Yeah.
And she finds like there's just like blood drips on the floor, and he's like, no, that was ketchup. And, he has like, she finds like, let's see. So like in the lodger, the victims are all blonde women.
Okay.
So like, what if she notices that he has like blonde hair on his like coat or whatever. Oh. Like there's like a couple of stray like blonde hairs that she notices on his coat, and he's like,
so what's his excuse?
Like, oh, that's me mom's dog.
Yeah.
I was visiting me mom.
I was gonna go for like he was with a lady of the night or whatever.
I was necking a bird over on 15th Street.
Necking a blonde bird over, on Argyle Lane. But no
concern.
Yeah, right. No, I do like that his excuse is that he was
mom's new dog, a retriever it was.
Yeah. But she doesn't follow up with like, why were you there until 3 a.m? She just goes like, oh, I love puppies. I love the Goldies.
Yeah. And then in Man in the Attic, it's even different. Man in the Attic, it's like a bird. Like in the 30s version, that was like still improper. They couldn't quite get rid of that. But in the 50s version, he was able to be like, oh, I was necking a bird over on Winston Avenue last night.
Well, I like just the idea of, because I imagine that Phantom Fiend is almost exactly the same as the Lodger. Yeah. But I would like to imagine that the Man in the Attic in the 50s, that like they just made the landlady really dumb, like just really oblivious to all of it, and she'll accept any answer that he gives. She's like, "What sounds all right to me." And almost because maybe she's like really desperate for the Lodger to stay. I forgot to even mention really fast that Man in the Attic stars Academy Award winner Jack Palance. Ooh. And as it Jack? Also as Slade. Ooh, Slade. Make of that what you will. Slade. And it has a 1 hour 22-minute runtime. Okay, so about the same. Yeah. So I like the dog thing. I like that she just accepts it. So that maybe that's like the first instance. So how many times do we want to do this bit before things start to like be way too obvious, right? An excessive amount. Like, every night for like 6 nights in a row. Yeah. So I think she notices the blonde hair, and he's like, "Oh, it's me mom's dog." Yeah. And I like the second one being the cut, not the cut, but like the blood. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, I was having me a hot dog, and it must have dripped the ketchup." Hot dog? It's fucking America. Yeah. It's having a banger, man. Yeah, at 3 a.m. also. Well, yeah, but that makes sense. I mean, so there's like a couple of drips on the floor that she notices, and
he's like, oh, I bit me cheek. I bit me cheek in me mouth.
I bit me cheek. And then she's really concerned. She's like, let me see. Let me help you with that, And he's like, no. I've got really, really bad breath. I don't want to offend.
Me mom always said the best way to heal yourself is to let God do it. so don't show anyone your wounds. And she's
Ever.
like, oh, all right.
I love that idea. That's such a beautiful concept. God just heals all.
Yeah. All right. and then like a week later, it happens again. It's like 3:23 a.m. and he
So he's had hair. He's had blood.
And this time there's like
Scratches.
4 scratch marks on his neck.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and he's like taking his coat off, and he like takes this scarf off from around his neck, and she comes out, and she's like, oh, late night once again, eh? And he like slings the scarf back over his neck again, and he's like, oh yeah. And she's like, well, aren't you going to take your scarf off? And he's like, oh, I just forgot me wallet at the pub. And she's like, well, what's that in your pocket then? And he's like, that's...
She's keen.
That's me watch, isn't it? And she's like, but it's square.
and there's clear folds of money in it.
I see about 14 quid poking out your pocket.
that's my mate's wallet. We switched.
Wait a minute. Something's not adding up. You just said it was your pocket watch. No, it's your mate's wallet.
I'm smashed as all can be.
And he's like, oh, to hell with it. And he rips his scarf off and he charges at her.
And then she goes, oh, I see. You were ashamed that your mom's dog attacked you.
he like stops. He has like his hands out in front of him, like coming toward her neck. And he's like, oh. Right.
Yeah, God heal. Yeah, I didn't want you to see my wound. Yeah.
Scruffy got me good this time, eh? And she's like, all right. Well, off to bed I go then. Nothing more to read into here.
One more. I think there has to be one. So I think the thing is there has to be one more that she falls for.
Yeah.
And then whatever it is that changes her mind is something completely stupid.
This time he comes in with like the bloody knife in his hand. she's like, well, what's that then? And he's like, me mate Greg the butcher, right? He was
teaching me some new skills behind the knife here.
Yeah, he was showing me a thing or two about how to carve up a nice chicken. And she's like,
no, nice bird. I think he says nice bird.
Yeah, he was showing me how to carve up a nice bird.
And she goes, a bird?
He's like, yeah, cock.
Oh, I love cock, yes. I love it carved up.
He's like, oh yeah, I carve up a cock real good. No bird gets out of me fingers without getting carved up. She's like, all right.
All right, off to bed. Sorry about it.
And at this point, you as the audience member are furious.
Yeah, you're like, lady, it's clearly him.
There's like literally no more red flags possible.
Yeah.
So then, like the last one, he finally gets caught because he brings a bird back to the flat to murder her there.
Yeah.
Because now the police are like patrolling outside, like everywhere. And so he brings some woman of the night home, and so what is this landlady? What happens with the landlady at this point? What finally cracks the landlady?
So does she catch him, or does she just stumble upon her in the morning, the victim?
Oh yeah, like She actually comes out whenever he comes in, and so he's with this prostitute, and the landlady is like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know you had company," and he's like, oh yeah, right. This is and the
Maybe
lady's like Sandy.
elbows her. Yeah.
Yeah, Sandy, I am. And the landlady's like, oh, well, nice, enchanted to meet you, Sandy. And she's like, oh, same to you, likewise. And I'm like, well, we're gonna have a bit of fun. And the lodger looks at the landlady, and he's like, it might get a bit rowdy tonight. And,
and she's like, she goes, oh, I know how you are and your eccentricities.
Yeah. I'll leave fresh sheets outside your room.
Wink, wink.
And he's like, all right then. And she goes off to bed. She hears like the screaming,
and then
she's like laughing, like chuckling to herself. She's like, oh man.
She like tucks herself in, and then it cuts to like, you know, morning or whatever, right? And I think she wakes up, and as she's getting out of bed, she's kind of calling out to the lodger, you know, rise and shine, you two. I heard you going at it all night like lovebirds, you know. And then that's whenever she goes and knocks on the door. I think the door maybe like starts to open. Yeah. And she sees, well, I was going to say she just sees like a pair of like female legs, like hanging over the side of the bed. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Whenever you're ready, come down for breakfast, you know? Yeah. So then she goes down, makes a whole breakfast, like just wait, you know, we cut through that. And then she maybe notices that they're not down there basically, and she like looks upstairs and she decides to go back up and maybe take them some breakfast in bed. And that's whenever I think that she discovers it, but I don't know if it's going to be she's like horrified. Pulls the covers back and there's just legs. Just legs. Yeah. Just legs. But is she horrified, or does she try to explain this to herself? Yeah, he's like, oh, it must be a practical joke. Oh, another one of his hobbies.
I remember him mentioning something about mannequins or whatever.
Or I know prosthetics.
He was always trying to perfect the artificial limbs.
Yeah, and then at that moment, bang on the door downstairs. It's the police.
Yeah, we. Have you seen this woman? Her name was Sandy, and she was last seen last night, and she was seen with your lodger, Gregory. And she's like, well, they did come home. I heard a bit of screaming last night, but I think that they were just fooling around up there.
Is the lodger home? Is he in?
Actually, no. Right now, I can't seem to find him. I was going to take him up a bit of breakfast. I made some toast and tea.
But he did leave a pair of his beautiful prosthetic legs that he was working on all night.
Yeah.
Prosthetic legs, ma'am. What do you mean?
Oh, you know, like legs, but fake. They were in the bed.
Bone and all. Bone and bloody stump.
Oh,
he makes them so realistic.
And then it goes into slow motion, and he like steps in frame behind the police officers.
There.
From outside.
Oh, he's
like
outside. Okay.
Steps into frame from behind their shoulders, takes out his knife, and fucking slits one of their throats.
But all while that's happening in slow motion, we hear from her like a slow mode voice. Oh, hello, Gregory.
Yeah, he's like blood pours out, and that cop like drops to the ground. The other cop turns around, and Gregory like knife up through like the chin area, like up through the bottom of the mouth into this dude's fucking head.
Cop?
Yeah, up into the cop's like through the bottom of his.
And then we cut to her standing there watching this.
And she's got like a big smile on, and she's like,
no. I think now she's like got like this empty look on her, like this 1,000-yard stare, and then we cut, like we zoom into her eye, and we flash back to all those moments where he came in with blonde hair on his body,
Yeah.
came in dripping blood, came in with a bloody knife.
We hear him say, like, carve up a bird.
Yeah.
Me mom's dog. And like, we hear all of those things again, like, echoey, like...
And then we cut to, like, her POV again of, like, knocking on the door and seeing the legs there or whatever. And then, like, quickly zoom out of the eye, and she's standing there, and I don't know, does she say something stupid again?
Yeah, she sprints upstairs into the attic space. Those were just prosthetic legs. The real woman is dead underneath the bed.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
So he charges up after her, and she like shuts the door just in time. And so now he's like banging on the door like really aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, fuck.
Is this the one with the ambiguous ending tag?
Oh, yeah. The Phantom Fiend, yes.
No, we're doing Man in the Attic, not Phantom Fiend.
Oh.
Because Phantom Fiend was just a copy of
like a
Lodger.
Exact remake.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Phantom Fiend had the...
It did, yeah.
Ambiguous ending. We could assume this one did too. Why not?
Sure, why not? Because it's the same story.
What's going to stop us?
But so what I was going to say, not to cut off your idea, what I was going to say is that instead of her running, it zooms out of her eye, right? And she wakes up from a dream, and then now she's freaked out that like in her dream the whole cop killed, the whole slit throat stab of the thing, like that all happened, even though it's 1953. That all happened, right? It's just the goriest movie ever.
Yeah.
So then she wakes up from this dream, basically like realizing that, oh shit, like I think this guy is a killer. Like I've just been, naive this whole time. So then she goes upstairs again, knocks on the door, being like, Gregory, oh, great breakfast. Like she's like real shy and timid, knocks on the door. The door opens just like it did in her dream, reveals the legs again. She gasps, but then both Gregory and the woman like rise up and are like, oh, they were in the middle of like having sex in the morning or whatever. She's like, oh, Greg, I'm so sorry. I thought you were Jack the Ripper.
He's like, what? How could you get that idea? And she's like, well, the birds and the blonde hair. And he's like, I told you what was going on. What you mean? Like the whole time it was mistaken identity.
Yeah, it was the whole time.
And we hear the screams from the night before with this Sandy woman. We hear her like, "Oh God, ah!
Like, oh God, it's like it hurts. Oh, you're ripping me apart. You're ripping me apart. Oh God!" and then you hear him go, "There's blood everywhere.
I can feel my inside.
You're murdering me."
Damn right I am.
Yeah. You're destroying me. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. This is like the most fucked up 1950s movie.
It is. Because of this movie, the Hayes Act was provided.
They were like, we can't.
We gotta stop this
before. Like this.
Yeah, we gotta stop this before it gets any worse. Yeah. I like that though. I like that, and then I think she goes downstairs. And I'm trying to keep it ambiguous because it's still not necessarily ambiguous. If we are going to assume that this movie has that kind of ending as well, because now we've kind of gone the other way. We've built it up to being like he's the murderer and she's naive, and now he's maybe clearly not, at least not in this instance. Mm-hmm. But I think it would be nice if like there was still like a something where maybe he just hasn't killed her yet, like Sandy, this woman of the night, or maybe she was a brunette, not a blonde, or like there was something slightly different. And then as the landlady's making breakfast, she spots something in his like trench coat or something or whatever that we like end on as far as like that, you know.
There's like a notebook and it says like June 1st, first murder. It's
just clearly obvious. First victim, yeah. Or even just like there's like a little notebook and there's just like a female's name written in it and then marked out.
Yeah,
you know, just something that like keeps it, you know, just nice and like that. And then it cuts back to her like making these, you know, this English breakfast or whatever, and she just shakes her head and then we hear like the screaming upstairs again, and she's just like, those kids, you know, but this time like maybe the murder's actually really happening. Yeah. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like the idea that this sweet old woman goes to bed after he comes home with the prostitute, and then she's just laying there in bed, like, just, you know, trying to fall asleep, and she just hears these blood-curdling screams, and like, you're murdering me! I feel it's so deep! I feel it inside of me! Oh, my insides! Yeah.
My guts are rearranged! Oh my god!
Yeah, you're rearranging my guts! Oh! Yeah. Yeah, and then she's just like, the sweet old lady's just listening to all this. And then, yeah, so she has that dream. I think that, like, you know, that the audio of that, right, fades away to her dream, and that's where the dream is her waking up and finding the legs and murder, you know, so we set it up as though there's really a murder happening, but she's laying there in bed thinking that they're fucking, and then we fool the audience by saying that no, it was a dream about the legs being being cut off, and they were actually fucking, and then now there's evidence that he has names crossed off, and like Sandy is like on like the bottom of that list or whatever that's not crossed off yet, right?
Yeah,
and then as she sees that, we hear
they all say like Tiffany Whore, Sandy Whore. It's like when it just says first name with whore.
Yeah, and they're all, you know, crossed off except for hers. And then whenever she sees that, the landlady sees that, that's whenever we hear that final like scream, and then just cut to black. Yeah. And then as the credits roll, we hear, "God, it feels so good." Oh, Greg. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that, eh?
And then it's like, sorry. It'd be hilarious if like there was a follow-up, like post-credit scene or whatever, where like they actually do capture Jack the Ripper. Mm-hmm. And this Greg guy is like relieved because he's been going out night after night with these insane fetishes and kinks that he has, and finding women who will allow him to have these fetishes and kinks, but he doesn't kill any of them. He just finds them, you know, and he has awesome nights out of having like incredible sex. And there's like Jack the Ripper, and then there's the polar opposite that, you know, all the prostitutes are like, have you met Greg though? Like, Jack's out there, but have you met Greg is a great time, and he pays well. He, you know, he's fun. He pushes the boundaries, sure.
Greg the Roper.
What was that called again? Oh, we got there! Right at the line. Oh man, Greg the Roper. And it's just like, it's the story of this guy who he's around at the same time as Jack the Ripper, and he's just having a hard time getting his nut off because there's some killer out there, and he's just trying to have a good fuck, but he's like really crazy. Oh, that would be a hilarious like dichotomy to the Jack the Ripper.
Situational comedy.
Yes. Situational comedy of like 18 whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. A period situational comedy.
Greg the Roper.
Fucking dude, you brought it home. That was a home run, man. That was like a Babe Ruth moment. You stepped up to the plate, you pointed, and it was like Greg the Roper. Fucking knocked it out of the park.
I'm glad you liked it.
That was awesome. Holy shit. All right. We can't top that, so we're stopping.